Hello, 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 everybody. Good morning and welcome to Sunday's Messages of Love from Above, or good evening to you on the other side of the world. So happy to have you all here and excited, as always, to see what beautiful messages Spirit brings through today. So we are live, it says, so that is good. So to start off our session, let's take a big deep breath and come back to right here if you'd like to join me in doing that. And what I've been kind of doing this weekend is when we breathe in and we hold it for a moment, we just think of something that we're grateful for and we can just put towards that gratitude. So whatever you want, at least one thing, you can do as many as you want, but at least one thing you're grateful for, and then release. And then we'll bring in love energy with the singing bowl. So here we go. Big deep breath in. Beautiful. And then I'll hit the singing bowl 3 times, and each time just imagine that beautiful, eternal, unconditional love energy, the essence of the creator of all things. Just imagine it coming in, filling us up, and flowing out to the world. So filling up our own heart first, our bodies, if you need something for your body, your mind, if you need transformation of thought and belief, the heart, emotion, energetic field, clearing the energy around you if you feel off or whatever, and you need some a purging of thought, mind, heart, emotion, energy, and anything in the physical. Let it fill up your home, and then flow out to the world and allow this beautiful energy to one spark anyone that's ready for higher vibrational love. And two, if you'd like to join me, there's a lot going on in the world, of course, in 2024 and 2025. And something that I try to do at least once a day, and especially during these sessions, if you join me, we can multiply energy to flood into every place of authority that impacts the collective, right? So from the lowest little village in the middle of nowhere where there's a tribal leader that's, lower vibration fear, all the way up to the biggest nations with the biggest leaders and congresses and senates and everything that they have across the world, that all of these positions of authority be flooded with beautiful higher vibration unconditional love energy, and that if they're not willing to raise their love vibration, that um, you know uh, what will happen automatically without even our intent, when we're just focusing on flooding in that love energy, it's so bright. Anything that's not willing to elevate its vibration has to, it's like, eek, it can't stand it, and it has to leave. So if you'd like to join me in doing that as well, I of course welcome that. When one of us does it, it's powerful. When two of us do it together, it multiplies, and when more, it multiplies and multiplies and multiplies. So don't underestimate your power. All right. So here we go. Number one. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. Such powerful energy. So I could feel those of you who joined in. Extra zaps in there. So thank you so much for that. All right. So welcome everyone. Welcome back, all of my tribe, my friends, my spiritual family. So happy to have you guys here. And for those of you new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome, welcome. We've got a great group of people, huge hearts, great senses of humor, things very important in this day and age. And so there's room for one more beautiful soul. So welcome. How the free readings work, we do go down in order. First come, first serve down the chat. There's no special list or anything. The chat is it. And we've got this you just make it easy, just put it in the chat. If you don't want to put your business out there, you can ask for a general reading. Spirit knows all. So I don't need to know. You can just ask for general. I'll connect with spirit, and then pull cards. Free readings are like 1 to 2 cards, and if anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange and prioritize those. So I step outside of the free readings, dive deeper into those donation readings, which means I pull more cards for those. So we dive deeper. And then after I'm done, I return back to the free readings. You can make a donation by using the super chat at the bottom or in the description box of the video. I do have my Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Square. So you can use whatever is most convenient for you. And yeah, there's no set dollar amount. I know everyone's finances vary, cost of living varies, rate of money exchange varies. Even across the United States, the cost of living is different. And for everyone, our finances vary from day to day. So whatever you give from your heart is the perfect amount. I don't look at that. Um, After that, I do, after donations, my um, YouTube channel, monthly channel membership members, guess that's how you say it, they get second priority for their free readings. In fact, shout out to some of them. I see some here. We got Sean G. Hey, hey. Anelia. Medeiros. Hello, hello. So we have a couple in here. So good to see you guys. Shout out. And if you'd like to become one of my YouTube channel members, I do offer 2 levels. One is Zen Cricket at $2.99 a month, and then Praying Mantis level is $7.99 a month. So on I'm on like 4 times, right? Friday night, Saturday morning, Saturday night, and then Sunday. And in addition to being prioritized during sessions, I always make sure on Fridays and Saturdays that I complete my YouTube channel members, free readings, and all my donations. Sundays is a little different, that I like to make sure I can give back to everyone. And so if people try to get through, like last night, I got through all the free readings, but Saturday morning and Friday night, zilch. So, but on Sundays, whatever free readings I don't get to in the 2 hours that I'm on, after I go spend an hour with my Praying Mantis members and I go eat, I come back on and I make sure everyone gets their message. So Sunday is an extra special day, and I like to do that. But if you want to become a YouTube channel member, in addition to being prioritized in all those, on Wednesdays, we have a 2-hour special session for all my YouTube channel members, both Zen Cricket and Praying Mantis. And we do, regular readings, oracle readings, and like I have 12 decks and they choose 1 through 12 if whatever they want. And we do past life readings and special type of readings, like from animal guides. From like this week, we were doing messages from Starseed collectives, a couple decks of connecting to people on the other side, and a really cool deck, the Blind Spot Oracle, which helps us. If you're ready to do some Scorpio work, those are, I mean, they right between the eyes. I like those. But we do all that kind of stuff on Wednesdays. And then for my Praying Mantis members, they get all that. But Thursday, they get a special 2-hour session just for them. And then Friday and Saturday night, after those sessions and after this session, we have an hour together. And so we do all of that. And we kind of expand more in the Praying Mantis, where we develop skills and different things. We read books. We're reading Sony Chaket's Trust Your Vibes. all about raising vibration, um, and raising our intuition and expanding intuition. So it's always fun. And so if you're interested, there's a link down below how to sign up. And then, yeah, I also offer personal readings and some other things. There's a link down there for that, just in case you're interested in diving deep even more so. If you think we get into detail and reveal things in these sessions, you should try a personal session. It's like, wow, bam. So that is it. That's the blurb. That's the blah blah blah. So we'll get into it here. Oh, well, one more thing. The regarding YouTube memberships, on the first of the month, YouTube is generous and they give me 10 of my Zen Cricket memberships to give away each month. So the first Saturday after the first of the month, I give away 5 in the morning and 5 in the evening. Here's a link that tells you how to make sure your little gifting acceptance of monthly YouTube membership giveaway, whatever that button's called. You have to have it turned on, otherwise they won't throw you into the raffle. And then I just push a button. 5 in the morning, I just push a button. Spirit and YouTube decide. I don't have a choice. Like, I don't pick the people. I just hit the button and go, all right, here we go. And then 5 at night, because I have an international audience. I like to split them out when I can. Okay, that's the last of the blah blah blah. All right. So we do have some donations, so we'll start there. I'm going to be using this deck today, the Tarot of Light. It's a beautiful deck. So we'll start there, and so let's take a look here. Just to check my email here. Let me just make sure I have it set. There we go. So okay, so I do have a PayPal. So we've got here. Let me check the timestamps here. So we'll start with Lydia, and then Kelly, 2 for you, and then Nelia, and then we have Maria via Z PayPal. So thank you. And then triple Nova, the supernova. Hello. And hey, shout out to another one of my YouTube channel members, Johanna from the other side of the planet. Hello. Oh, wow. You guys change your clocks there. Wow. So it's an hour early now. And then next Saturday, we fall back. And so, um, did you guys move ahead? If it's earlier, that's interesting. I don't know. I always forget how that works. I know we fall back daylight savings time. I think next Saturday, which means if we fall back, because it's fall back, spring forward, right? So now it was 8. Okay, it was 8, but now it's 7. Oh, who knows? We'll see what happens next week. I don't think I've had enough coffee to think it out. All right, so let's jump in. So Lydia, thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like, since it lets me do those. And you're saying Javier, did he relocate recently? And if so, is he within country or outside of it? Okay, so first of all, let's see here. If he did relocate, because if he didn't, there's not a whole lot more to look into that, right? Or we can find out, why is he hiding if he didn't relocate, right? Okay, did Javier relocate? Okay. So we'll start here. All right. We got the 5 of trees, the 5 of pentacles, which is change of the physical world, trees being pentacles in the outside world, and the 10 of stars, the 10 of wands, which is activity, and all these trees that happened here. They both have trees. So that's a lot of movement, a lot of energy, and an ending and a beginning. So I would say here, and it feels like because of limited resources and whatever happened in their life, they felt very lacking, like they weren't able to stay where they were at financially. It feels like And so it became too much and they had to, invest a lot of energy and move. So they did move by these cards, is what I'm seeing. So let's take a look here. We'll look at within country or outside of country. So within country, okay, that would be that one, and out of country. So was it within the country or outside of the country? So within the country, we've got the King of Angels, which is the King of Swords. And then outside of country is the Knight of Hearts, which would be a movement card. So um, I feel like they thought about staying in country a lot with this King of Angels because King of Swords, King of Air, it's all, and they actually, all the kings get a second portion of air. So a lot of thinking. And in fact, they might have contemplated like going to school or relearning something and staying in country. But the Knight of Hearts shows me that they moved out of country. Um, so let's take a look here and see what else they can give us here. So what can you tell us about this out of country move? Okay, that's it there. All right. So the bottom of the deck, okay, we got queens galore here. We had the Queen of Pentacles first, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. So I don't know if out of country is back home, then that would be that, or wherever mom is, or nurturing energy is. The Queen of Stars too is someone very, a lot of energy, a lot of draw, important person in their life that's very nurturing. And with that Knight of Hearts, it could also be that they were drawn to go somewhere where they have love interest. It doesn't have to be like romantic love interest, even though Knight of Hearts says romance on the bottom. It could be the heart, because mama's boy can be drawn back to mama too. All right. Yeah, and we got the Two of Trees and the Three of Trees. So here's more outside balancing and this need to be true to their authentic selves with the Three of Pentacles. So, that it feels like they were drawn in two different places, but they did choose the one where they could be more true to themselves than trying to be someone that they weren't. And yeah, and then the Four of Stars. We've got joy and celebrations and gatherings. And the star is the dreams come true and the hope kind of energy too. So it does feel like they they felt like they couldn't keep going where they were at and they needed to return to wherever they feel nurtured and supported so they could pursue their dreams and pursue that which makes them feel joyful instead of um, like they're existing. So I do feel like they've pursuing their heart in many ways, because pursuing our heart is also, what is my dream come true? What makes my heart sing? What makes my heart want to dance? And if we're in a job or doing something that we're just like, God, I just don't want to be here, there's this calling of, okay, I'm giving it all up and I'm gonna go somewhere where I do feel nurtured and supported and I can follow my dreams. That's kind of what I feel there. This is what your fortune cookie says too. Yeah. So there's some shame energy that they had going on. So they carried a burden far too long, and it was time for them to release the guilt that they placed on themselves and start a new chapter in their life. I love these cards. So they set a new goal and began to take action toward their happiness. You can't make it up. That's exactly what we were just talking about. So there's our confirmation. So hopefully that helps, Lydia. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. So Kelly, you are up next. So your first one here. Thank you for that first donation. Let's give that a love and a like, since it lets me do that. And then you want to know, is she a karmic soulmate? All right. We'll look at that. And if so, what is the lesson here? And when is the contract due to end? Do you want to get rid of it? And when abouts will challenge with her begin? Oh, how fun. Yeah, specific timing if they'll give it to us. Okay. So let's take a look. First of all, is she a karmic soulmate? Okay. We'll start off there. you know, we have here the Emperor on the bottom, which is Aries energy. On the bottom of the deck, you do have the Universe, which is the last card in the major arcana, and right underneath it, the New Beginnings, and right underneath that, the Lovers card. So, with the combination of these three cards underneath the surface, this tells me yes, it is karmic because endings and beginnings, that kind of is a code for reincarnation, right? An ending of an old life, the beginning of a new life. And then the lovers doesn't necessarily, mean that, but it does mean an important bond, an important relationship. So that right off the bat, karmic soulmate, yes. Um, I like the Emperor card coming in here because um, it's the card that revealed itself on the surface, which is the reminder that you know clarifying karma and karmic because Um, when humans get involved in defining things, we tend to screw things up and make it more complicated. And Gigi has contrast and judgment and punishment all attached to it. This feeling that just feels so low vibration, like, oh, that's my karma, or I have karmic debt. And I ask spirit, I go, that doesn't feel right in my soul. Tell me what this karma thing is. And they're like, well, look at it more, not so much as like, oh, you did that, like cause and effect. Don't look at it so much that way, is what spirit was telling me. And they said, look at it more as that we, in our higher self, we're curious beings. We're so like scientists. We want to experiment. We want to see things from all sorts of perspectives. So the example they give me, which I might have given this already, so if I do, apologize, but it's for whoever's listening. Let's say I'm a slave owner in one lifetime. And so I witnessed that from that point of view. And then in another lifetime, I come back as a slave. Now, human is like, oh, punishment, you get what you deserve. It's like, no, I wanted. And this is the emperor I chose. I'm the emperor of my experiences. I chose to come back to experience what it would be from the slave's perspective. And then maybe another lifetime, I come back as someone like in the town that's not the slave owner or the slave, and I'm witnessing it from there, or I'm the spouse of the slave owner and I don't agree with slavery, but I have to put up with it. And, we just like all these different perspectives that we see through different lifetimes. And that's how curious we are. So it's out of our own power and our own curiosity that we have this. So it kind of gives us our power back, and I like that they did that for your question because it's like, we can be like, "Oh my god, are they my karmic soulmate? Oh, why are you doing this to me?" It's like, wait a minute. No, you chose this," and so when we realize, "Oh, wait a minute, I chose my experiences in life?" Yeah, it's not the creator going, "All right, so," you know, taking a pen and a pad and, they're like, "Okay, so, what am I gonna do to you in this lifetime?" It's not like that, right? It's, what do I want to experience? What, kind of thing do I want to have it, right? Yeah, and they like to be prepared, absolutely. So it's good. I like this beginning of this. So all of that to say yes, but the energy we approach this with is not about, oh God, but okay, what's my adventure that I chose to have? So I like that energy. So, what is the lesson that you wanted to learn? Okay, I'll be that and that. And then, when is the contract due to end? So let's see what we have there. And when abouts will challenge with her begin? When will it end? That's a good to ask first, right? First of all, how long is it going to last? Okay, now when is it going to start? All right, so let's take a look here and see what we have going on here. So the bottom of the deck, the overall energy of your guys' experience is the queen, not the queen. I just saw the queen of stars in the bottom of the deck. This was first though. We got the eight of angels, the eight of swords. And this is great. It talks about confusion, but the eight of swords is about movement and of our thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, questioning and becoming aware of the small t truths that, of the stories that are in our head that make us feel blinded and bound and trapped and restricted. So a big piece, every relationship is a mirror, right? um Reflecting back to us what we want to see about ourselves, so we will show this to each other, and we're like, wow, I expect them to be this and this and this and this, and they're this and this and this and this, and I feel this disappointment because reality isn't matching my expectations. So it rattles my cage. It shows me, wait a minute, why do I think that this is the way things should be? This is a small t truth rooted in fear that was formulated from all these opinions I got from the outside world growing up, that I took on as my own opinion. I took it on as my own belief. And then it became my own habit and reaction to think a certain way. But now I can question that. So a big piece of the reason, the lesson, is to question these beliefs that are rooted in fear, to be able to see things from a higher perspective, so you can move outside of this cage of the mind, right? That was the bottom of the deck. Okay. Yeah. Well, here's the queen. I figured. So 10 of angels, 10 of swords. Here is the release of those expectations. It's, I'm sick and tired of trying to please everyone and feeling disappointed from everyone else and feeling like I'm a disappointment. And it's this movement beyond here. So I love that with the 10 of angels. That just reaffirms it. And then the Queen of Cups, which does talk about connecting more deeply too. So part of what you learn through this is really connecting. It says sixth sense, which the Queen of Cups, all the queens roll over their suit, and then they get a second portion of cups. So really, really emotional, really connected to their empathic abilities. We might have talked about your empathic abilities expanding. If not, they are. Part of what happens through this is you start to trust your um, the voices and the energy you pick up, the emotions you pick up. You also learn how to put up an energetic bubble, and you also learn the true gift of an empath. Now, I don't know why I feel like I've talked about this before. Maybe you already know about this, but I'm going to give you a couple episodes here of one of my what would you call it? My podcasts, I guess. One is about the empathic bubble, and the other is about the real gift of an empath. And I feel like these are the kind of things that you'll learn through this, because you'll learn to go like, oh, I'm taking on their emotions, and they might just be a very emotional person, where it floods in, right? And it allows you to build up this bubble, so you don't take on everyone else's emotions too. So they're like a catalyst to help you really learn, to put up a bubble and realize what is your emotions, what are other people's emotions, and what emotions are bubbling up because you're sensing other people's emotions. But then the true gift of the empath is really cool. So I'll leave that as a surprise if you haven't heard of that already. See, when you learned that your soul chooses what life to have, your first thought was, why the heck? And you cursed. Yeah, you're probably not alone. Trying to look at things from a higher perspective is hard at the start. Yeah, it definitely is. And then it's better. It gets better. It does. Yeah, because and I agree. In the beginning when we realize I have all the power over my life, it was easier for our ego and our small child self to blame other people for what was happening, but to take responsibility for what stories and emotions and energy and physical actions I was choosing. I didn't have anyone to blame if I believed that. But and that's where we cuss and go rah, 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 and I resist in the beginning too. But then when they let me calm down, they're like, but that means no one has power over you either. And I'm like, ooh, that far outweighs the my cursing. So, I did like that. Alright, so I love that. Thanks for mentioning that. So, I like this expansion of your gifts and the release of the small T truths and a lot of growth because of the you not living up to their expectations and them not living up to yours. It triggers evolution and release. So I like that. All right. So that's that. And then when is the contact due to end? So when is it going to end first? Oh, wow. I love the here font coming in when the lesson is learned. Oh, your spirit guides are funny, but it's true. One of the big things through my life in the beginning too is I'm like, why do I keep picking the same person in someone else's body? And this was like my romantic relationships. and, and the beautiful message of the lesson is repeated until it is learned. Again, not out of punishment, but I've asked, my teachers. It's Byron Katie, amazing, amazing person. If you ever check her out, she's got and this is for everybody. She's got a YouTube channel and also a website. So her name here, let me just put it in the down here, and her website is thework.com. So that's how you spell her name, finding her YouTube channel. And thework.com is free. She offers free things, but that's one of the biggest things that she said is, um, what was I talking about? I already went off track. But the lesson is repeated until it is learned is, you know, we ask for our teachers to be in our lives, right? And we're teachers for other people, either beknownst or unbeknownst or aware or unaware. But like I looked at all of them as my teachers they will always continue to show us what we want to see about ourselves until we see it. And so that's like, when will it end? When you see it. And it's like, well, who's that left up to? That's left up to us. So that's again the power coming back to us, right? The more I look at things, the more I do my shadow work, the more I look at things, the more I focus on gratitude and unconditional love and joy and higher vibration, the more I'm out of fear, the more I can see things clearly, the faster things move. The more time I invest in lower vibrational energy and lower vibrational experiences and relationships and blah 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 thoughts and energy, the longer it takes, right? So that's up to you with that. When will it begin? Dun 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 dun. Wow. Yeah, we've got here the six. I like this. The six of hearts, six of cups. It talks about the past. That's one of my past life cards. So they're saying here it started lifetimes ago, and it's continuing on. I like this. The divine order with which is normally the um, justice card. It's the balancing out of things, they're like, it's already begun lifetimes ago. But in this lifetime, I feel like with 11, the divine order, I feel like November. Even 11's coming to mind, but it feels like it's opening up. So countdown 4 days, beep, beep, beep. Well, 11th would be 11 days from today, right? Because 4 days is the 31st. Oh, no, 11, 11, 11. Gosh, I can't even count, can I? Don't trust my maths today. But so that's what I feel's coming in for that first one there, Kelly. And let me get you a fortune cookie oracle here from the Akashic Records, the Truth Oracle. Let me just put these cards back in, and then we'll go on to your second question after that. But I love it. It feels very positive. It feels very empowering. And when we look at him as teacher, yeah, yeah. And that's the thing, right? We can run, but we can't hide. We can cut off a lot of people, but sometimes, if we haven't, we can run from our lessons sometimes. So it's just awareness. Some like, yeah, I'm done with you. But there's others, it's like, oh, if I don't learn it through you, I'm going to just draw on someone else again. I might as well do it with you. Yeah. And release judgment, which says holding on to judgment, whether of yourself or others, only clouds your vision. So release the judgment. Yeah, and the judgment card, that's funny that you had. And see the world in your path with clearer eyes, right? From a higher perspective. And this is what we're talking about here, right? Is seeing things from a higher perspective, seeing things from that place of not like life is happening to me, but why did I choose to happen this for me? Kind of paints the whole world in a different way. Like, why on God's green earth would I want that person to be president? It's like, well, evidently we did because they did, and if we want it again, here they come. Based on whatever we believe. Or why did I want to be in this country? That has dictator and it's forcing me to go to war and a draft, whatever. And it's like, you know what? I wanted to be in this place at this time on purpose. So, what is the purpose? If I stay in the lower vibration of the victimhood, which we come down here to experience again, we release the judgment. There's no wrong or right choice, just different choices with different experiences. And obviously, I chose to experience this. And so, when I'm done experiencing that, I can do different choices. I could, move to a different nation, um, you know, choose to be somewhere else, choose to be different, see things from a different perspective. So I like that. Yeah. And awareness is half the battle, right? So I like that. All right. So that's for your first one. A lot of information. I feel like that was for more than just you and me as well. All right, so number two, let's give that a love and a like. Thank you for your additional donation here. And so for number two, you want to know how far in the future is he from now? Specific dates, time frames would be great. The future self of your person who you've connected with. Okay, yeah, that was fun when you got that message about that was you with the collective heart, right? I'm still like really intrigued with that. All right, so we'll take a look here and see. Excuse me, let me take a quick sip here. All right, so how far in the future? Based on current energies, and see what. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what they're giving us here. uh, I like you say, you have the 5 stars, the 5 of wands, and it says diversity on the bottom. And I saw it as destiny. It's funny how spirit plays with my eyes. And then the universe, ending of old cycles, beginning of a new adventure, with experience and expansion coming in here. And this is when the drama, when there's the 5 of stars, the 5 of wands for me is like the drama card, right? Um, oh, they're like, well, and it can change from day to day because it's all about energy and it's about expansion. Like the universe is the ending of a cycle, the beginning of new adventures. And it's like when you're ready to level up, and both of these cards together, 5 of wands, is about a change of energy from lower vibrational energy to higher vibrational energy, from drama and trauma to empowerment and um, flow. If you think of a 5 as like um, two on each side, if it was a 4 or a 6 or an 8, they have equal numbers on each side. There's this beautiful flow in the middle, right? But you get to an odd number and there's something right there in the middle, a blockage, right? So when this energy blockage gets removed and you move to a new level with the energy, that's what, again, as you raise your love vibration, that's what draws things in. So a big piece here, there can be moments where you ask spirit and go, how far in the future am I going to meet them? And if, let's say, I woke up and I'm in, the energy of all the planets are in alignment, and I wake up feeling unconditional love and joy and gratitude, and I'm like, oh, I feel so free, and I'm going with the flow of this energy, like a year from now. And then the next day you wake up and you're in a bad mood because you stayed up too late and you tossed and turned all night and you feel sick, and you're like, I hate the world and the planet, and rah, 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 like the wrong side of the bed, right? And we wake up and we're just, well, then based on that energy, we go, well, how long in the future I'm going to meet him? Well, based on current energy, 2 years from now, and you're just like, whoa. And that shows the impact of every day, that it's a world of possibilities and it's ranges of things. Most things in life are, even faded things are not like, on this exact date I'm going to meet them and do all this, right? Yeah. So, we've got this, this energy of, I get to choose, those things. And if I, you know um with all the possibilities that are out there. Oh, I was saying, like, faded events, like our birth is one of the few faded events. The other stuff is all these possibilities. And if you're saying like timelines, all these different timelines, right? And it's, when we're speaking and communicating with someone's higher self, someone's future self, that it's still going to be the same type of person. It's just a matter of when. But we're out, when we get out of the now, we're outside of space and time, right? We're there is no tomorrow. There's just the now. But tomorrow's tomorrow, and like today, like our past life person can still, it's like a circle, right? It's not linear, it's circular. That time is, and it's there's not a, set kind of thing, but it's usually ranges, is what they wanted to get at with all this. That we have the soonest we could possibly meet someone in this lifetime, and the latest we could, and it's up to us by our energy within where we meet with it, within those things, right? So, um, I feel like that's what they want you to know is, if we focus so much on the when, the when, then we're out of this moment, and we're actually, and that's lower vibrational energy, and we're slowing down when we'll meet them. If I'm like, you know what? It's like trusting divine timing. And I know divine timing, ooh, in the beginning, right? What do you mean? Patience. Ah," you know, but divine timing is like trusting, that life happens for me, and that things, if I release the timing to the creator and spirit, it's going to happen at the perfect timing in the perfect way, right? But when I take control of it, that's usually when we go off road and hit a tree and we delay things because my car needs to get repaired. But if I say, hey, I'm going to follow your nav system and your timing, you tell me, I'm going to listen to your guidance. I'm going to pick up that energy. It's smooth and it's fast how we get places. But when the human takes control, that's when all the problems start. So I like that, the energy coming in, with that here, and even on the bottom of the deck, you got the Page of Cups, and returning back to, well, what do I do then? And it's like, well, the more I focus on my inner and upper connection to spirit and connecting to becoming the Page of Cups, becoming the Ace of Cups, the chalice, or I open up and I get filled with that eternal unconditional love from above. That's what raises love vibration, right? That's the raising of the love vibration, getting rid of those thoughts, like the previous your previous question. That person's going to be a mirror for you to help you get rid of these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that limit you and keep you lower vibration. You're transforming emotions, lower vibrational emotions, that are keeping us weighted down, cleansing our lower vibrational energy that's keeping us down, choosing different physical things in the world, my actions, and also stuff. Things, physical things hold energy. So if I'm holding on, if I'm like, well, this rock is really beautiful. It is. It's an amethyst. And I'm like, but this person that gave me this, and this is not true, but just an example, this person that gave me this, boy, they really betrayed me. And every time I see it, even though it's beautiful, I have, low vibration. It's pulling me away. I'm going to gift this to someone. And then because it's coming from me to someone, if it's in a good relationship, it's going to be a positive thing for them. And I'm removing energy from my life. So when we do those kind of things, that's what speeds up the meeting of the individual. So hopefully that helps. They're like saying it's ranges, so they're just trying to give you a good just some great advice, right? On let's not focus on the when, um, because that's energy that if I'm focusing on raising my love vibration instead of focusing on the future, I'm gonna move things faster if I use that energy to focus on raising my own self-love and self-worth and love vibration, right? All right. So let's see here. What else do they want you to know here? Here's your fortune cookie from the Akashic ones. Yeah. Because then, yeah, because it is a kind of a feeling of stuck in lack. Because if I'm focusing on they're not here yet, they're not here yet, they're not here yet, when, I'm not grateful for this moment because I'm like, I want that, and so that energy of wanting is lack, right? And it says you have all the resources you need to carry you through. And whether it's financial, emotional, or physical limitations that you think you have, it's only ego based fears taking over. Rein them in and don't give up. I like that. Yeah. Yeah. But if there is any, energy around things, purging things, it's like, I love Sonia Chiquette. We're reading that in our Praying Mantis session. She'd be like, if you pick this up and it doesn't bring you joy anymore, give it away. Create space for something else that will bring you joy. And, clothing. She talked about in her book, she has her sister gifted her this picture, this painting that was very expensive. And she was like, "Oh, thank you so much." And she had it up and it didn't she didn't like it. It didn't give her positive energy and joy, but because her sister gave it to her, she felt obligated and it was expensive, so she didn't want to be unappreciative, but she had it up and she just couldn't take it anymore, so she stuck it in the closet. But every time she walked by the closet, she thought of it and she was like, "Ugh." So she didn't even sell it. She gave it away to someone, and someone loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it, and they prominently display it in their home. And then she had to tell her sister, and so she told her sister, um, "So that painting, I really, really appreciate it, and I love it. I appreciate you. I didn't like it, so I gave it away." And she goes, "Oh, I know, I hated it. That's why I gave it to you." So it's wonderful, not feeling obligated and giving away things. So those positive things, right? Yeah, I love it. So it's good. I love the interactions with them. All right. So hopefully that helps, Kelly. I know we didn't get the exact dates and stuff, but I feel like that will be more empowering and that's what they wanted to bring in. Absolutely. And thank you again for your donation. I appreciate that. Let's get a little bright here. There we go. Got a little eye boogie. All right. So, let's see here. So, thank you again for your dual donations, Kelly. Many blessings to you. And then up next, we've got a couple from Nelia. So thank you, Nelia. These are stickers, so they don't let me give an official love and a like, but I do love and like it. And your first one up here You have any messages regarding money? Any coming your way, when, and from where? All right, let's take a look here. Let me highlight that so I know where I'm at. All right. So let's see here. Money, money, money. What would you like to know about money? Okay, those two. And then your second question, any coming your way? And then when and from where? So when, the whens, and the wheres. Okay, put that right there. All right. Mhm. Oh, sorry. I try not to. I just don't hide anything. It just comes flooding out, don't it? But so I laugh because you have the seven of pentacles on the bottom of the deck, which Son of Pentacles is, big message of the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. So I like it because it's a patience card, which our human is like joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy, right? But it's also a promise in a way that the fruit is growing, the fruit is coming. It's just, things are unfolding to get you there. So I like that. So, uh, general reading about money in general here. Okay. So we've got the moon card and the nine of swords, which is the nightmare and insomnia card. And the moon is about revealing stuff the below the surface, right? Now, what that's telling me is that there could be, if this resonates for you, some beliefs of lack below the surface that you're not aware of, subconscious beliefs, out of balance. Yeah, not it's not balanced. It's like there's this belief from your inner child you have to give so much to receive so little. I might have shared this with you before. I do share it a lot. So just in case for if I didn't, and for anyone else that this resonates with, here's another one of my YouTube uh, episodes. One of my podcasts. I think it was my Take 10 with Zen. This is the Six of Pentacles that talks about the balancing of giving and receiving, and how we can bring that down to one instead of one to 1,000. That has to deal with because the Five of Pentacles before it is like these beliefs of lack, abandonment, being left behind out in the cold, not having enough, having had people let us down and not give us what we felt we needed in life. And as a child, usually 7 years old and younger, our emotional body is experiencing people letting us down, and we don't know what to do with it as a child because it's like, well, they said we were going to go to Disneyland and now we're not. Disappointment, lack, and am I not good enough? What did I do to deserve this? And we push all those emotions and this out of balance, like I'm giving so much and I get so little. I guess that's the proper rate of exchange. That's what's bouncing, I feel like, below the surface that can be looked at. Something around lack can be looked at because that's what impacts it. So they're wanting you to know that because abundance can come to you, but if your inner child doesn't feel like you deserve it, it's going to have force fields up and go, not yet. You're only at 777. You have to get up to 1,000 to get these to drop temporarily. Then it resets back to zero and those walls go back up. But if you can bring it from one to 1,000 down to one, then that's what allows these force fields not to exist. It allows abundance to come in, allows love to come in, allows all this other stuff to come in that your inner child has felt like we don't deserve that kind of stuff yet. So something to look at, whoever that resonates for. Um, so that's that. Is abundance coming your way? Let's take a look here. Yeah, you've got the divine order and the full card, which is new beginnings. And so this is kind of reinforcing what we just talked about because the divine order is the equilibrium of the scales. So the Six of Pentacles. So it's really reinforcing the message. And I kind of felt like when I pulled cards for is money coming, I mean, like, what's the general reading? Then is money coming? I feel like it was going to be the same message, and it is because it is available to come, but we have to see things from a higher perspective and get rid of these small t truths that are not true, unforgiveness and unworthiness, beliefs and emotions we have that are bubbling below the surface with that moon. They're deep, right? But it's to bring the balance in, the change of thought and belief and mindset, seeing things from that higher perspective. Usually the divine order, that's the judgment card, it will have the Ace of Swords, which gives us the ability to see things from that higher perspective, from a place of unconditional love, from the spirit's perspective, and go, unworthy, Shaw, I'm most worthy. That's that new beginning, the letting go of old thoughts and beliefs. And this is what this is about here. So I like that. It's freeing because it's like getting to the root of it and disconnecting that, the energy that supplies the forest fields that keep abundance and other things away. All right, and then what else was your second? Spirit knows, but what's inside my head? Let's take a look here. Oh, specific dates. Um, Let me see here. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. Here we go. Oh, that's why, because I had clicked off to copy and paste that thing. That's why I lost my place. So you do have money coming your way. It just, you have to bring down those shields before they get there. The when happens here. Okay. So the when is in your hands. I know we love hearing this, but it is, Queen of Stars, Queen of Wands, your power that you yield, whatever you focus on is what you draw in. But look at Eight of Hearts, codependency. Eight of Hearts is about leaving behind emotions that no longer serve us. And the faster and the more attention you give to looking into what's this out of balance giving and receiving, who can I forgive, who can I release, bringing it down to one, which we talk about in that video, it allows you, it allows it to come in faster, but it's a range, right? It could come in like the first week of November, or it can be November of next year, probably not that long. I feel like you would eventually get it, um, I feel like beginning of next year, like significant, abundant security coming in, but it could be so big, so much bigger and so much more expansive and not temporary. It could be consistent with the energy that you put in with it. Where is it going to come from? Wow, you got the Four of Pentacles. I love that. This is balanced abundance in the outside world. This is four solid walls that come in here. And this is growth. And this will be, it's the feeling of home and support, but um, I feel like, because it's growth, it's something that you've been building and investing time. Coming back to that Seven of Pentacles, it's, because here's the tree that has grown and is now ready to blossom versus it being a little seedling. So whatever you've been focusing on, whatever you've been investing energy into, kind of reminds me of the Eight of Pentacles. Wherever you've been putting in the blood, the sweat, the tears, that's where it's going to come into. Where have you been focusing a lot of your energy this year? It's like you're caring for this tree that started from a seed, and then it became a seedling, and then it became a little small tree, and it's growing bigger, and they grow big branches, and then it's got leaves, and then it's got blossoms, and then boom, fruit appears, and it ripens really quick. Several things on the tree ripen very quickly for you. So hopefully that gives you guidance on like where it's coming from. And let's get your fortune cookie here, see if they'll give you anything else here. What about this abundance and money? Okay. Yeah, here's the grounding. Here's the earth energy that comes in here. You're being asked to ground yourself. You've been spending too much time in your head, and it's time to pay attention to your body and to the earth. Go outside and plant your feet on this ground and enjoy the centering feeling this brings. Wow. So I love that grounding energy that coming in here too. A lot of earth energy with Pentacle suit too. All right. So hopefully that helps. All right. So thank you for that one, Nelia. And then for your second one, thank you for your upside down emoji. Anyone, any messages regarding your workplace? Anything you need to know? All right. Take a look. I'm just going to take another sip here. All right. All right. So, messages regarding workplace. What do you need to know? Okay, that's just about the workplace, but what do you need to know? Okay. All right. So, bottom of the deck, you have the 10 of swords, the 10 of angels. And this energy that comes with the 10 of swords, when you first see it in the standard tarot, it's like someone laying down on the ground, 10 swords stuck in their back, and we think they're dead, but they're just exhausted, trying to live up to all these expectations, all the people pleasing, all the, especially workplace, all of these expectations and requirements that are put on us, right? And we're just like, ugh. But we get to this point, the 10 is a positive card because I'm just sick and tired of it. I release all the pressure, I release all the fear around not meeting up to these things and just getting back to why and getting back to the why. And it reminds me, um, like at work, I learned such a great lesson working for this corporation for over 20 years when I was like, yeah, actually, it was any position I was in. If I tried for the promotion, I tried for the bonuses and the raises and all this stuff. I give so much and I'd get a meets. And I'm like, really? Not even above expectations? No. And I'd be like, what? I was trying so hard to meet those requirements. And then when I would be like, fine, you know what? I don't care. I'm just going to release all that desire and drive to get all that stuff. And I'm like, I'm making enough. I'm not starving. I have enough for bills and extras and stuff. Just going to return back to enjoying what I do in the job, which was helping customers, helping my peers when I was a manager, helping my representatives get to the positions they want, and helping the company run smoother, ideas. And I love when I did that, doing a fourth of the work that I did before, raises, bonuses, promotions. And I'm like, how does that work? But that's the thing when we're investing so much energy in the fears, in these drives, instead of following our heart and enjoyment, that's what happens. And I feel like this is what they're kind of bringing in here is getting out of our heads about all the stuff that we're trying to achieve and come back to the why, come back to what I enjoy, right? Let's see what else they want you to know about here. That was the bottom of the deck. Well, no, I swear I put these in. These are two cards that came out in your last reading. Not together, I don't think, but here they are. And here is the whatever you put your energy and brightness on moves along. But this is seeing things. This is that judgment card. Letting go of those expectations, letting go of these, and seeing things from that higher perspective, the divine order. Um, what brings me joy? What's my why in life? And then instead of, it's almost like we change from defining ourselves by the workplace and what they say in our reviews and how we're defining ourselves by the amount of money they give us and or the bonuses or not or the promotions or not. We release it all and go, that doesn't define me. That's just how I'm funding my adventure in this moment, right? And it changes the way we look at things when that comes in, right? Um, what else? So what else do you need to know about work? Let's take a look here. Yeah. So here you have four cards that came out together. You have the Page of Hearts, which is about higher, following your heart, like we were talking about. You also have the Eight of Trees, the Eight of Pentacles skill. And so this can be really two things, one or the other, or one and the other. One is about, if there's anything, any classes, any courses, any training you can take at work, It's very supported with this card. Or if you're thinking about this is a good job for now, but I want like my life purpose. Let's say I want to be a counselor. And you're like, oh, but so much school and so much stuff, but like, but I love it. And you can enjoy the journey of learning as you're going, not focusing on an outcome. And maybe your job will pay for schooling. And it's like, well, so I can enjoy this job and do the job because it's supporting me heading towards my dream of how I want to help people. And that's just an example. It doesn't need to be counseling, but because you have the path. This is the chariot card in regular tarot, which is about movement and power of choice. But I love that this is called the path because it's you determining what is your path. What is it that you want to do? What is your career path? Do you want it to be at this company? Is this really your joy? Does it make your heart feel full? Or is it your mind going, well, this is the logical thing to do, but the heart's going, I want to do this, kind of sit with your heart, with that page of cups and really see what it is that you want to do. Yeah, because you have the sun, vitality, this Leo energy too, this world of possibilities energy that comes in with the sun that there's no wrong or right. We can get caught up in, well, what does the creator want me to do? And the creator's like, I don't care. Not that they don't care about us. They're like, there is no wrong choice. It's like going to a playground and they're like, well, you ask the creator, what should I go play on first? I'm like, I don't care. Go enjoy adventure. We're here for the adventure. It doesn't, there's isn't one or the other that I think you should or shouldn't do. You can go the slide, the swing, the seesaw, the merry-go-round, the little boom boom thing on a giant spring, or go play in the sand, or whatever you want to do. There's so much whatever you wanna do, and we're like, "Well, I don't wanna do the wrong thing," and they're like, "There is no wrong thing. How do you wanna go express your joy? Go play, go do it." So I like that. Um, yeah, anything else you need to know? So you got 2 other cards here. Yep, 9 of stars, 9 of wands. Perseverance, but it's also energetic block. It's like what has been holding you back, um for moving forward. And it could be fears, there could be again, this could be what we were just all talking about of I don't want to make the wrong choice, right? Yeah, you have the 4 of hearts. 4 of hearts, emotional stability, follow the heart. This says depression on here, but the 4 of hearts is about oh, I love this too. Look at the difference between with our eyes closed and our eyes open. So move forward with your heart eyes open, you know, um, and uh, and I feel like that will help you decide what is it that I want to do, you know. Um, and if we're not sure, then that's the adventure. That's finding our dharma, finding our how we uniquely want to express that love to the world can be like a scavenger hunt. I haven't mentioned this in a while, and if it resonates, read a great book, um, Discovering Discovering Your Dharma. It's by Sahara Rose. She has a website, I am sahararose.com. Let me just put it down here. Um, and she's got some great free things on here. I am sahararose.com. I am Sahara Rose. Okay, so that's it right there. But that she has some quizzes amongst the little tabs up top. There's like, I think it's under Dharma. There's actually a little quiz you can take that it doesn't tell you what you're supposed to do with your life, but it tells you kind of clarity on how. There's like different ways. And by answering, I think it's like 6 questions, it really can bring you some insight on how. And then you can look at what kind of career would allow me to do it that way. And it's right on the button. Everyone that I've given it to is like, oh my gosh, she nails it. And it can help guide you in the general direction. Yeah, I like this. Be present. So your fortune cookie says you are ungrounded and spending too much time in your head. Didn't you just get that before? Yeah. because you got grounding before you're spending too much time in your head. Something has caused you to retreat to your mind, and it's time to bring consciousness to it so you can resolve it and start living life more fully again. Yeah, so it's closing your eyes and getting out of your head and opening your heart eye, see from your heart. And that allows you a lot of clarity around where it is you want to go and how you want to get there um, in this life. So, hopefully, those things help. So many blessings to you. All right. So that was Anelia. Thank you again for your dual donations. All right. So where we're at, I'm going to be jumping over to Maria via Z PayPal, and then we'll come back to the quadruple for Nova. Hey, hey. And then Cece will be up after that. Hey, Maria, you're here. All right. Thank you for your donation. And for this day's episode of Days of Our Lives, Sunday episode. Yeah, you're so funny. All right, so let's take a look here. What are Walter's thoughts and feelings? So let's see what's going on with Walter. Let's jump into the mind. We'll jump into the heart here. Okay. There's quite a bit here. 4 for your heart, for his heart. And this is all towards you. Does he think of you when he goes to sleep? Thoughts. Let's take a look here. All right, one card. We'll see. Updates on his separation. Okay, one card there. Is there any ladies around him besides you and his crazy ex? Let's take a look here. I feel like he would say, "Isn't that enough?" Not to diss you, but my hands are full with all of this. What do you mean? How could there be anyone else? If they're surrounding him, it'd be like vultures, not like a parrot on his hand. Too funny. All right, let me take a quick sip here. All right. So his thought. All right. So Two of Wands. Two of Wands is the power of energy. And no, that's incorrect. That would be the Two of Stars. Sorry. But the Two of Swords is, you know, going back and forth, going back and forth. They go into their head and overthink things, and then they can drop into their heart. And it is like their heart and their mind battle, which we've talked about this before. It is battling, their heart is like a little puppy who wants to, go for a ride, and you're like, not yet. I know I said go, and the little heart's like, like that's all you have to say. It was so funny. I went to walk to go over to the grocery store, and my host, she works from home, and she was in the living room, and her black lab, she's so cute. She was staring at me like, "Where are you going?" And she goes, she was looking at her, and she was like, "Are you gonna go?" And she wasn't looking. She was looking at me, and she was sitting over to her side, and she goes, "Are you gonna go with him?" And she's like looking at me, and all of a sudden she goes, like, it's took a second to register. "Did you just say go?" And then she was all hyper, and she's like, "Oh, no. Now we have to go for a ride when I finish work." And that's the way I feel his heart is, It's like, "Oh, did you say go?" And they're like, "No, no, 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 not yet, not yet. You gotta simmer down," and that's what's going on. That's funny. Alright. And then emotions. Let's see the feelings coming in here. Alright. Yeah, so we got the Wheel of Fortune. So there is this, emotion of feeling blessed, I guess is a good way to say it, just how lucky and how full that they feel they are. Moon energy, a ton of emotion that's in there. So ton flowing positive emotion. It's, drawing towards you. The Three of Trees, they love this about you with the Three of Pentacles. How, you stay true to your authentic self, that you don't you learned a while ago that how ugly it feels when you shrink, and how you dim your light for others and everything. And I feel like you've made a promise to yourself, I'm never ever doing that again. And even though it's tempting when you, especially when you start really caring for someone, you're like, you know what? I love myself more than I love others. So I like that. And then the Knight of Angels. So here's the Knight of Swords. So movement of thought and belief and mindset, and their heart wants them to communicate more and more. Um, there's this desire to um, interact more, mentally. Swords is communication and stuff too, so that's why I feel all that there. So I like that. Yeah, I mean it is. It's really good, and but there, that's that mind of theirs that acts like um a very well, it depends. It really depends because some days their mind is really strict, and other days their mind's just tired, and they're like, "Do what you want," you know. It's like them telling the dog to stay off the couch, stay off the couch, stay off the couch, and they're like, "I just don't have it in my today. Fine, sleep on the couch. I don't care." That's the kind of thing. Like their mind gets so tired of trying to rein the heart in because their heart is strong that it just lets it go sometimes, but it is a struggle. Um, does he think of you when he goes to sleep? We got the Tower card here. I feel like that, don't it's not a bad card, but their ego, it's like when they're going to sleep, their mind is going a thousand different places, and it does feel like, they do think about it and they're just it's almost like because they're in the quietness and they're calming down and their mind is starting to slow down, that it's like, is this too good to be true? And is this going to end? Are they going to um is this an illusion? Sometimes it feels like that to them, when they're going to sleep. It's I don't want to say it's like fear of abandonment. That just feels too strong, but it's fear of abandonment. Let's say small fear of abandonment that's left over, and especially with the crazy acts and everything that's going around, when they're around that energy, it just kind of can overtake it here. But I don't know. I mean, if someone's not afraid to lose us, then you know does that mean they really care? I like it that they're afraid to lose you. But not in an unhealthy way. I feel like it's like, oh, it would be a bummer. Not like, "Oh god, I don't wanna lose them." That's unhealthy, but if they're like, "Oh, wow, you know what? I don't want this dream to end." I like that kind of energy. Updates on a separation. Yep, King of Hearts, healer, balancing of head and heart. I like this. Ruling over their heart, balancing things, coming in. And, you know, I do feel like there's this energy of, um again, their heart wants to get out of there, but the head is like, "Well, we gotta be logical about this too. We can't just go live in our car." you know, I don't wanna go sleep on someone's couch. I pay for, half of all this stuff and this rent. I don't wanna if I'm paying for all this, I don't be out here, let's be logical heart, and the heart's like, "I just want out of here." Yay, 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 That's funny. So it's going, it's balanced, it's happening, but, um, again, coming back to that stuff. And any other ladies around him? No, we got the 9 of trees, the 9 of pentacles, which is that have we asked this before? It feels like we asked this before and we got like a hermit card before. This unless it was someone else that was asking that. It could be I think it was someone else that was asking it, but this is what came out. The 9 of the 9 of trees, the 9 of pentacles. 9 is the hermit's number. Pentacles is the outside world. And they're like, no, they're like, I don't think they'd want to be around anyone else until they got out of this if it wasn't like for you because you make it easy. It's easy to be around you. Other people, it's like draining and exhausting to be around because they don't have a whole lot of extra stuff right here, you know, with all putting up with this, around the putting up with that crazy energy that they're around, that lower vibrational energy that they're around. And but you make it easy. In fact, you help. You make them feel energized instead of so I like that. So, and then this is for you. These feelings and the reason behind the question asking it here, is to really look at those beliefs, the shadow, the fear that's below the surface. We ask that because we fear somewhere below the surface that there's competition, that there's people that would choose that they would choose and they're gonna steal him away from me. And I've been patiently waiting. Um, and I fear someone's gonna swoop in and take them away. But it's a good thing to kind of just look at those fears, understand where that comes from. What happened when you were younger that made you feel like you can be abandoned, and realize, a great thing that can help comfort that is realizing that whoever and whatever's meant for you never passes you by. And if they choose someone else, thank you for doing that because you're showing me what a jerk you are and you saved me a lot of time. All right, yeah. See, and release attachments is your fortune cookie, which says there's something you need to let go of. It's either a limiting belief, an untruth, or negative behavior. It's holding you back and keeping you from stepping into your true potential and happiness. So, that attachment to what their actions would mean about you, that's where that's rooted in there. So, you're welcome. I know, right? Well, I'm glad. I'm glad that that helps. Boom. A boom. Freedom. Yeah, some of that's bouncing around below our surface, right? I feel like you've done a lot of shadow work, but that just a little something something extra that we can just get rid of, and so we don't focus on that, right? All right. I think that was everything. Okay. So many blessings, and thank you again for your donation and your consistent donations uh, towards the regular series of the days of our lives, the days of Maria's life. All right, many blessings to you, my dear. Appreciate that. All right, so we'll jump back here. We have 4 for Supernova, so we'll jump into those, and then we have Cece, and that's the donations that I have right now. After I complete the donations, then I will go on to my YouTube channel members for their free readings. You'll see their names in green with the badges. And then if I have, I'll be on for about, let's see, it's 12:20, so about 35 more minutes. And whoever I don't get to, though, I go and spend an hour with my Praying Mantis members, and then I go eat. And then I come back on and I finish all readings. So I will get to your readings today, everyone's, all the free readings too. It's just a matter of when. All right. So thank you guys for your patience in getting to those. And thank you for the thumbs up too. I appreciate that it helps spread the Zen love and you're part of the love tsunami. So I really appreciate that. All right. So Supernova, hope you're healing well. I'll send you some loving healing energy while I shuffle the cards for your 4 questions here. Thank you for all your multiple donations, of course. Beautiful, beautiful. Oof, nice flow of energy. You might feel a little tingly, even though you're on the other side of the planet. There's no time or space when it comes to energy. All right. So number 1, thank you for that. You want to know, what does Kurt want you to know about being at the ripe age of 19, where you're in the transition phase of a late teenager into an adult, right? What advice or information would he want you to know regarding your age? All right. We'll take a look here to see. Do we have yeah, he's the storyteller. He likes telling here I've got these magical dimensions. Look at these beautiful cards. Magical dimensions is what he wants to talk about first here. I feel like he's saying here that there's your card. Came flying out of the deck. I can't even shuffle. He's like, here, psst. um, that you are already an adult. You were your arm hurts. Yeah, I can imagine. That's good. Did you ever watch G.I. Jane with Demi Moore? The Master Sergeant when they're in the waves. You know what's great about pain? And they're like, what? He goes, you're alive. That's what they showed in my head. But I feel like you had to grow up so fast, so young that you've been an adult in a lot of ways already. So the transition is not huge compared to others that kind of had a kind of safe, secure, supported childhood, and moving into adulthood is oh my gosh, like this big huge thing, and yours is kind of like you know, kind of like a little bit of I've had to defend myself. I've had to be independent. I've had to be self-sufficient, you know. Um you don't realize until you meet people who had both parents in the home and very supportive and um went to all their encouraged them to be in sports and attended their sports events and gave them money, didn't have to do anything for it, and um, all these things where um, now when they're getting out of school and they're hitting life, they're like, "What? People aren't doing at my beck and call," and those a lot of people had to grow up fast, right? When we're younger, and we're like, I'm glad I have no regrets, especially at this time in my life, um, that I was very alone growing up, but I also, you know, uh, very independent, very self-sufficient, and um, in fact, my dad, when I got sick in August, it was August, I got the plague, and he saw that I had put postings out just about, I'm not feeling well, I won't be on and stuff, and he just sent me some money, and I'm like, "What? What?" And he was like, you've never asked me for anything in your life." And I thought, "Well, I haven't." And it's because I was self-sufficient, and then to receive that was like, What is this?" So you had it. You had only one parent, and they were barely around, plus you dropped out in year 10, yeah. So you've been very, you know self-sufficient and not going along with the everything else, so you've been, yourself. So, what they wanted you to say know that first of all. But then your card here, you've got, this beautiful, beautiful green heart energy. Card number 24, inspirational creation, alchemy, the elements, innovation. So let's see what this brings here for you. All right. Look, and this might even be a bigger picture if you want to see it that way. But yeah, this energy is connected to the emerald ice color ray. The celestial message that comes from here is that this inspirational creation resonates to magical celestial creation. It's all that creative energy that they're talking about, right? So this sacred ray combines the utilization of ether, air, earth, water, and ice elements to cohesively join with the wisdom and the mastery of the spirit of creativity. It attunes the soul to advanced vibratory frequencies of inspired vision and initiates high octaves of innovation. The Oracle message says, create, create, and create. I love this, that you were, you know, the whole alchemy of your life has been to put you in this place of unique higher octave creation where you're been a rebel since probably birth, probably even in your mother's womb. Let me out. You probably were born early. Get me out of here. I'm ready to start living. But there's this energy of go, go, go and create, create, create. And I don't want to be told what to do and have be boxed in and I'm done with all of your rules and school rules and what everyone's telling me is supposed to be. I'm ready to be me, like all this creation, right? You were in early 3 months, yeah, yeah, and playing a harmonica. You're playing a harmonica right now. Oh, that's great. You can play that, right? Beautiful. What a great way to be able to create when you can't strum a guitar and everything. You have one good hand, that's all you need for a harmonica, right? I love it. Look at you. So, this oracle, create, create, and create. You are or will be receiving an influx of creative influences in your life. Look to existing creative projects that need renewed energy or create something new. All the elements are supporting you right now to embrace your highly imaginative, magical self. Your creations could be tangible or ideas. Whatever you wish to invent, it is a good time to allow your creative juices to explore and flourish. That's what you've been getting for a couple days, right? Create, create, create. You are the alchemist of your own reality. Companion stones are emerald and aquamarine, and a companion essential oil is silver fir, if that resonates. But I like this. Oh wow, I didn't even see that that was a dragon. It's a green dragon that surrounds you. Beautiful dragon energy, and I feel like been getting messages about dragon guides, and because one of my spirit guides comes as a dragon. So you definitely, talking about your life. So what he wanted you to know about being the ripe baby that's 19 is you're much more riper than you think you are. Because you've grown up so fast, so quick, and you even came 3 months early. So you're ahead of the game. And um, the advice he has is to realize that you are the alchemist of your life. And you've always kind of had that, right? How you are like, I want to do this, or people are telling you to do this and do this and do this and do this and do this. That it's like, no, you're the um, you created your entire life. Everything that happened has happened for you on purpose. It's you um, had it planned that way before you came down, or you drew it to you energetically while you were here, all for you so that it can aid in the creativity. And we kind of talked about like yesterday, I think it was yesterday, the day before, I forget when it was, but it was like that everything that you go through and everything that you experience allows you to be an expert in that to help others on their path. And that's the foundation when you look at, yep, I wanted that so I could share that. And it's like Taylor Swift, right? They give her a bad rap about all the songs about, whatever happened to her, they ended up in a song. And it's like, but that's what people relate to. And and she's, uh benefited the world through it too, helped so many people. That's why she's so popular, because people can resonate with the pain and the suffering of her songs. But she also has, Shake It Off and all these other songs about power, too. Yeah, so I love that. Right. So let's see what else they want you to know here. So, age, they're like, he grew up early too. He had to, I feel like from what I'm feeling from him, he's just showing me a really rough childhood. He had to grow up very early too, so he totally relates. That's why he used so much drugs and alcohol to cover up pain instead of dealing with it, which he's like, remember, we're not going to go that route with your lifetime, though. That's what the agreement. I would be your spirit guide, but it's that we're not going to go that route. We're going to get counseling. We're going to do things to help, transform that stuff, right? Yeah, see it through. Exactly as I'm saying this. I love this. You don't always finish what you start and then talk badly to yourself because of it. Break the karmic pattern by seeing a project through to the end and then be proud of what you accomplished. So, this is him saying, no, you're not giving up. You're going to see this lifetime through. Damn it. He's funny. All right. So, that was for the first one there. And then number two is, what do spirit guides want you to know? All right, let's take a look here. Are they going to tell a story today? Are we going to a story? Oh, okay. We got lock and key here. Let me just move these. Whoa. And move those out of the way. There we go. Of course, it's the one under a box. The Magic of You Oracle. Oh, look at that. Some big old keys on the back of these. I love that. So let's take a look here. So what do your spirit guides want you to know right now? Okay. Oh, look at this. It's time to lead. Opulence. That beautiful card. Whoops. Your big old antlers. Card number 21. You had 24 before. 21. So there is great wisdom in going with life's flow and choosing battles, conflicts, and accepting change wisely and peacefully. There's also a time to assert your authority and trust your wisdom and leadership skills. People and situations are now looking to you for guidance. Wear your success and assets proudly. They are well earned. It's time to be a light so that others may follow. Here we go. Kind of what you're talking about, right? The girl of opulence wears the lavish golden crown of leadership. It emits radiant glow and signifies spiritual enlightenment as well as earthly accomplishment. Being in an exalted position gives you the opportunity to be a wise leader and help others, much like happiness is only real when shared, and being exalted only meaningful when it helps others. Wow, I like that, stepping into that. Maybe if you're going to wear a costume like Lady Gaga, you could, do something like that. Just kidding. Or not, if that resonates. You're like, yeah, I'm going to wear horns and a mask. So I like that. And then there's a ritual for the light of leadership. It says, write a list of your personally perceived best assets and accomplishments. Say that again. Write a list of what you feel personally perceived best assets and accomplishments. Then ask someone who knows you well what they think your best assets and accomplishments are. Then ask a stranger what they perceive might be useful and advantageous in you. When you have the three lists, place them under a gold candle and keep it burning through the dark night with the intention of shining your light into dark places where it is needed. An opportunity to let yourself shine will soon appear. Step in, volunteer. You are adding to the karmic bank of your life's vaults and channeling universal and divine expression. Wow. I love that because getting honest with yourself and really putting your perceived best assets and accomplishments, getting out of the mindset of, I'm not this, I'm not that, and blah, 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 blah. It's like, all right, I'm going to be, this is what I love about myself. And then those others too, and just really step into this. There's this empowerment. It's like, um, it's such an important time in your life to take the lead of your life and not be kind of just going wherever things are knocking you around, but it's about you standing your ground and intentionally moving forward with power and leadership and knowing the impact that you came here to do. It's like it's time. All this energy, you're recovering, so do all that, right? But it's like it's building, and they're like, it's time for you to put a plan together and do it and take action, right? So I love that. Um, all right, and let's see what your fortune cookie is here. Okay. Yeah, to get out of the victim mindset, which is you can feel like the world is against you sometimes, and this will only cause you to attract more negative results. Stop the blame and take responsibility for your happiness, exactly as I was saying. Only then will abundance start to flow. So it's getting out of that victim mentality, the victim mindset that things happen to us and that I am in charge of my life. I have the power. I'm stepping forward, right? So you got your plans, taking action, putting them forward, not letting things take you off, off outside of it. And it's time for forward movement. I love that for you. Boom, boom, boom. They're very much on your side, and that's what they want you to know since you asked. I like that. Boom, boom. I love it. I love it. And so it's putting action to the plans for sure. All right. So thank you for that one. And then number 3, you want to know, what have you gleaned and learned so far from life at 19? Again, what does spirit to want to um it says Scott, but I think that's autocorrect. So, what does Spirit want you to know about the things that you've gone through and the hardships you have faced? Okay, very good. Let's see here. Okay. So, I have this. I have this sitting on one of the decks. It's this amethyst crystal, and the deck that they want is the one underneath this, which is the Star Temple Oracle. We'll look at that in a sec, but they're this is an example, like they're like what this had to go through to be created, and it's very beautiful. It's not doing justice, of course, here, but um what it had to go through to become this. There was pressure that it had to go through, and heat and different things to be formed, but it's so beautiful because of what it's gone through. And that's what they want you to know, you know, that this everything you've gone through has been part of formulating and creating this beautiful creation that you are. So let's take a look here. And all these purples too, this purple energy, the violet flame, it's healing, it's connection to the crown chakra, connection to the spirit world, enlightenment. All right, so what else do you want to know about this? Yep, the Seven Sisters Circle. Sisterhood enriches my life. Tegeta. Wow. Beautiful card, too. The Seven Sisters. So, card number 28. So, you had card number 24, 21, 28. It's all your 20s. So, the Seven Sisters, this is about connection, collective, collaboration. And again, we talked I think your last reading talked about how what you've gone through in life is how people connect to you, because you are going to be real in what you share in your songs and in your music and how you share it from your heart, and they can connect with you. And that's why they're just like, I get it. I hear the pain in your voice, and my pain that I've experienced, I resonate with that. And you talk of your journey, and your music takes them on a journey from a place of low to a higher place, right? And so as you go through all that, there's this beautiful connection that comes. And so you've got this group of seven sisters on the other side. It says, together, everyone achieves more. True sisterhood deepens and magnifies both personal and collective sacred assignments and success. Competition and comparison create disharmony. Surround yourself with supportive sisters so you can celebrate your achievements together. Like minded friendships enrich your life with mutual encouragement and connection. Our divine feminine lineage of sisterhood links back to the priestesses, the healers, and oracles of the ancient temples scattered all over our Earth Mother. United in sisterhood, we nurture, nourish, and heal both the earth and each other. Unified, we create compassion, peace, and reconciliation. So it is both on the unseen realm. You have sisterhood of support that's here, a lot of compassionate, supportive angels and spirit beings. But this talks of, especially since you were talking about how, you know, everything you've gone through and all the hardships and everything you faced, what have you gleaned? And, when you look back at, because part of this, you've experienced pain and suffering and lower vibration, and learned, and you're learning to raise that love vibration, to look at it differently, to transform it. And that's this connection. The whole reason you wanted to experience this before you came down here is like, yeah, I'm going to experience some crap, but every human experiences lower vibrational things, and because of it, and the amount and the extremity of it, you're able to help heal and help others transform because of it. So I like that power and a sisterhood. Again, I know we talked about a collective of people that you hang around, and I do feel like you'll feel like you're part of a sisterhood. Um, through music, that you're gonna find artists of different types where you just feel like a sisterhood. All right, let's see what your fortune cookie is here. Yeah, depleted. So something to be aware of is, because it talks about you are overgiving and not taking enough time to rest and rejuvenate. So that's always something to be aware of. I feel like that's going to be your challenge. One of your challenges is you want to give so much that you don't recharge your battery. You wait till it's dead to recharge it. So reevaluate your relationships and commitments, or you can risk your health deteriorating in some way. So it's important as you go forward to stay balanced as you go forward, nurturing yourself, allowing, instead of being like a barrel where you give to everyone else and then you feel exhausted, become that chalice, that holy grail where you fill up and everyone else gets your overflow. But you get to be the one that's, it's the greatest gift you can give the world, is a healthy, full, overflowing you, instead of a depleted, exhausted, ill, giving everyone else energy and leaving crumbs for yourself. So I like that for you. Maintaining your battery, and maintaining your fullness. Yeah. So it's good. So this is good about where you're investing the energy and how. I like that. Yeah, especially like you're saying, and I feel like with all these 20 cards, I feel like they're giving, because there is the message in that you have so much to look forward to in your 20s. All the groundwork you've done, all the steps that you've taken to get up this point is just, you're gonna look back and go, "I'm grateful now that I went through Crap Valley because I can sing about Crap Valley, but now I'm clean, I'm wearing clean clothes, I've showered, I put on some wonderful scents, so I smell great, and life is so much wonderful because 'cause I'm not up to my nose in Crap Valley." So I like that. Your guides are so funny. Alright. So that's what they had for number 3 for you there. So thank you for all of those. And then I think you just put number 4 right. There it is. So, and thank you for your 4th donation there. What else does Kurt want you to know about yourself and your life? Like, I don't know what to ask. Use some Kurt would put it best. Maybe something I could relate to from his life experience. I don't know. Yeah, right. You're like, Kurt, I just need, just tell me something. Tell me a story. Tell me something that'll help me in this moment. You're like, yeah, absolutely. He is a storyteller. Yeah. I feel like he likes oh no, he wants this one here. He likes this Sacred Destiny. You haven't showered in a couple days. That's okay, you're you're recovering. You have to like cover your arm and shower with your head outside the shower curtain or whatever. But that's figurative about a crappy life, not so much a reality, right? Yeah, look. So he's talking about community. So we just finished talking about community, and he's reinforcing it. Look, all the butterflies, and these are butterflies, not caterpillars, with the rainbow. And yeah, so definitely, in his lifetime, um, the community he chose, he's saying he's like, um, the community he chose was a community of caterpillars, and they kind of drugged, no, pun intended, drugged him into their community and dependency, and so they're the ones that kind of got him into drugs and kind of um, supplied him and weren't supportive in a way that a community of butterflies would. Caterpillars just wanted to consume and wanted to, um, you know, get. They wanted, money and drugs and sex and all those things that they thought would make them feel good, but they were all hiding their pain, and it reinforced it over and over and over again. And so regarding community, he's just, voicing in, kind of jumping on to the with the other spirit guides. We're talking about the sisterhood and finding your community of support, that it's going to be, they're like, your community, choose butterflies. Butterflies are the, of course, caterpillars. They seek to consume leaves and blah blah blah, and but when you transform through the cocoon and come out a butterfly, you fly differently, you travel differently. Instead of slowly at the low vibration along the forest floor, you fly at a higher vibration from different perspectives. And they seek nectar and flowers and blossoms, not, the other. So I like this community of butterflies. Now, this is called Ancient Forest. And he's saying the towering ancient trees in a forest look distinct from one another, yet beneath the surface of the earth, their roots are intertwined. The roots act like a kind of communication system throughout the community of trees. Instantaneous messages travel through this underground system. Nutrients can travel on this network. Trees at one side of the forest can supply the nourishment required on the other side of the forest. Danger at one end of the network is communicated to the far end of the intertwined roots. So, this ancient community. And this sacred landscape wants you to know that support is all around you, even if you're not consciously aware of it. Allow yourself to be supported. And he didn't. He fought back against people, you know, um, interventions, people telling him, that kind of stuff. And he ended up dying because of it. So he's definitely telling you allow support, seek support. It's all around you, both invisible and physical people, too. Give encouragement to others. The more you allow yourself to be supported, the more your dreams can come true. There you go. He always talks about your dreams. If you believe that you have to do it all alone, you will. Your true family is not just blood relationships. Sometimes the strongest family ties are friends who know who you are. And sometimes they are your ancestors and soul family who reside in spirit. And this card speaks of finding your community and your people, in quotes. Find your people. It is a card of remembering that your people are at your side, believing in you, loving you, and standing strong. Oh, sorry, it's supposed to be standing strong beside you. Call on your community and ask for their assistance. They're only a thought away. Wow. That's them. Um, that's the other side, the community, but you also have a physical community that we talked about and reaching out to them, right? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to what you were typing here. You see, you have to literally put glad wrap around your arm and a trash bag around your arm. Yeah, it's a lot of effort to do that. So the Seattle scene, I think, is what Kurt is talking about. Yeah, eating noodles with a popsicle stick. There's no fork or knives. Oh no. Yeah, I agree. It would kill you if you didn't allow support, you know, finding your people, finding your people. Yeah, your fortune cookie is all about abundance. You do have this. You're being asked to open to abundance, to believe that you're deserving of it, and to believe that it will flow to you. This is the first important step toward receiving it. Breathe deeply and trust that it's on its way. Yeah, I love that. The worthiness of it. Yeah. Yeah, I remember you said that. So you're here on purpose. So break through and persevere, right? You got shit to do. That's Kurt. You got shit to do. Yeah. Yeah, you're choosing different choices. So I love that. All right. So that's what they have for you, Nova. And let's see, it's 12:55. So I'm going to be headed off here in a moment. So thank you guys for your patience in getting to your reading. So I do have Cece and Crescent Moon and then Moonlight 5 twice. So I will be coming back regardless anyway, but when I come back, I will dive deep into your readings and you guys will be first. And then I will also then after that I will do the free readings for my YouTube channel members. And then I'll move on to all the free readings. So it is to be, I'm going to go about an hour or so with my Praying Mantis members, and then I'll eat, and then I'll be coming back on, and I will complete all readings today. Let me just take screenshots here. So thank you guys for your patience, and I know that patience is always a fun challenge of our humanity. So I really appreciate how supportive and patient you guys are in me getting to your readings. I like to do justice and not just rush through to say that I did the readings, but I want to give you um, like what you deserve in a loving, positive way. Okay, so I've taken screenshots, so I got all of those. Um, so when I come back, I don't have a chat on that when I return. Because I don't take on any new questions at that point, but I do come back on and finish everything out. And then I put a pinned comment at the end of it when I'm done, listing the order in which all the readings were completed. So you can zip in and find out exactly where your reading is. So that you can jump into the video and go, oh, so this is for so and so. Oh, they're there. And oh, I'm like 5 before them. Let me jump back. And then you can see who is. You can zero in on your reading pretty fast if you do it that way. Um, so I will return. And again, thank you guys so much for all of your love. Nova, isn't he? Kurt is funny. He's such a great uh, being, you know, even as that character, just wonderful. But thank you guys again so much for all the love and all the support. And remember that every second of every day of our lives, we truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So thank you, my community. I am so glad to be a part of our tribe and that we've all come across each other's path in this lifetime. And I look forward to seeing how we're going to impact the earth during this time. So much love to you. Hang in there. We'll see you soon. Until then, I would say behave, but let's be realistic. Just have fun and much love. All right. Oh, and let me grab Magana here. I'll grab yours here. So we will return Magana. Oops. Took too long there. All right. Boom. There we go. All right. Got you, Magana. So we'll get you into the readings when I return in about an hour and a half, 2 hours or so. All right. Sleep tight, everybody. Enjoy. See you soon.